Hello and good morning. Let's take a look here. We're finishing up week 3. Today's date is 10:30. Okay, so we're going to complete the square. In order to complete the square, you first have to get it equal to 0. Make sure you change the sign when you move it to the other side. Okay, so to complete the square, you're going to divide everything by 3. So at this point, you're going to take the 2/3 and move it to the other side. Okay, so once you do this, you're going to take half of the middle term. And then you're going to square it. So you're going to add 25 over 36. Once you do that, you have a perfect square. 5 times 5 is 25. Here, you have to multiply this by 12 to get 36. So that's 24 plus 25, which gives you 49 over 36. Now you're going to do the square root. You're going to move the 5 over 6 to the other side. So it's going to be a negative 5 over 6 plus 7 over 6, square root of 36, and negative 5 over 6 minus 7 over 6. Once you do that, this gives you 2 over 6, which equals 1/3. This right here gives you a negative 12 over 6, which equals a negative 2. Those are the zeros. To do the quadratic formula, you're going to use 3, 5, and negative 2. And then you're going to plug it in. So x equals negative b squared minus 4 times a times c, all divided by 2 times a. At this point, this is a plus, so that's going to be 12 times 2 is 24, and 24, and that is going to be the square root of 49. Square root of 49 is 7, so it's going to be a negative 5 plus 7, and a negative 5 minus 7. And when you do that, you should get the same thing. And you do. All right, let's talk about today's work. Copy this one down. This one is going to be solid, and we need to graph this. Okay, so write down this. X equals negative b over 2a. This is in standard form. So we have a, b, and c. So it's going to be negative b over 2 times a. So you're going to get 2 over 2, which equals 1. So make a table. Put 1 in the middle. That's going to be your vertex. Now plug 1 in. 1 squared is 1. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2 plus 8. So that's 8, 9. 9 minus 2 is 7. That's your vertex. Now put 0 and then put 2. I'm going to use 0. If you use 0 and 0, you get 8. So this one should be 8 as well. Okay, draw a graph. Over 0, up 8. Over 1, up 7. Over 2, up 8. So your graph is solid. Don't put broken, okay, like I'm doing here. It's equal to, so it's solid. Once you have your graph, then you need to pick a test point because it's an inequality. Let me focus this a little bit. All right, so I'm going to use a test point. You can use one inside of here or one outside. I'm going to use 0, 0. So I'm going to get y. I'm going to rewrite this thing, this parabola, and I'm going to plug in 0 and 0. 0, 0, and I get 8. 0 is less than 8. That's true. So this one should be colored on the outside. And there it is, and that's what you're doing. Okay? This one right here says write it in vertex form. So you got to look at the graph. The vertex is right here, and that's HK. It's a max. So it's going to be y equals a x minus h, which is a 1, plus k, which is a 5. Now we need to find a, so we need another point here. We need an x and a y. So it crosses the x-axis at 0, 0. So we're going to plug in 0, 0. When you plug in 0, you get this. Okay? And so now you're going to get this. That's going to be a negative 1 times a negative 1, which is 1, and 1 times a is just a. So now when you subtract 5, you get a equals a negative 5. So your formula is going to be y is equal to negative 5, x minus 1 squared plus 5. Make sure you understand that one, okay? What did we do first? We found the vertex. We found an x-intercept. We plugged the vertex in for h and k. We plugged the point for x and y, and we solved for a. Once you solve for a, you can rewrite it with your a and your point right here, your vertex. There it is. All right, the next one is pretty much the same thing. So copy this one down right here. All right, again, what you're doing here is A, B, C. So write down x equals negative b over 2a. You need this for your vertex. Okay? So at this point, you're going to get x equals a negative 1 over 2 times 1, which gives you a negative 1/2. So x equals negative 1/2. Now that's going to be a decimal. We're going to put it in the middle. So negative 0.5 in the middle. And then we're going to go down, which would be a negative 1, and we're going to go up, which I think would be 0. So if you plug in 0 here, you're going to get y is equal to, if you put 0, it looks like a negative 6. Now you got to plug in negative 0.5. So negative 0.5 is going to be 0.25, I think, when you square it. And then minus 0.5, and then minus 6. Now I'm not sure what that's going to be. So this is going to be a negative 2.5 or 0.25 minus 6. So it's going to be a negative 6.25, which makes sense. So it's going to be negative 1 down 6 over 0 down 6, and then negative 5, or 0.5, which is here, and then down here. This one is broken, and then you got to pick a test point. I'm going to use 0, 0, and if you use 0, 0, you get negative 6. Okay, so we're looking for true or false. So if we use 0, 0, let me rethink that. And if we use 0, 0, we get 0 is less than negative 6, and that's false. So if I use 0, 0 on this one, it's false. So the outside must be true, and that's how you do it. Today's work is right here. Let's keep moving. All right, we're going to turn our attention now to financial data. What is probability? Probability is the likelihood that something will happen. Doesn't mean it will. What is depreciation? Depreciation is where you buy something and the price goes down with time. Slope is y's over the x's. Now look here. If you buy a new car, brand new, it's 0 time, $27,000. After 12 years, the time is 12 years, it's worth $0. So you got to figure out your slope. So you're going to do y minus your y. So 0 minus 27,000 over 12 minus 0. So your slope is negative 27,000 divided by 12. That's your slope. So your formula is y equals mx plus b, and there's your slope. So you're going to put y equals negative 27,000 x over 12 plus the beginning price was 27,000. The b is your beginning price. And there it is, that's your formula. All right, today's work is right here. If you need help, ask. Have a good morning. I'll see you guys in class.